Speak to Camila Vergara, who's a critical legal theorist. Excuse me, Camila. You're also a fellow at the University of Cambridge. Okay, well, how much of the current constitution could be considered undemocratic? Or if you prefer, what are the biggest issues with it?
Well, as you said before, this constitution has been reformed many, many times, but still its spirit remains. So one of the crucial problems of this constitution, the Pinochet constitution, is that it creates a state that is only kicks into the society, goes to help and guarantee rights only when the private sector cannot do it. So there is a very small state, and the majority of basic services are provided by private companies with little lax regulation and monitoring. So therefore, inequality is rampant, and people have to purchase basic needs such as water, for example. Chile is the only country in the world in which there is a water market, and companies can buy liters per second to 20, 30 years in order to provide for their own export-led industry instead of giving it to the people. So I think that is one crucial aspect. The other is regionalism. Chile is 4,000 kilometers long. However, it has been governed from the center. This has led to a massive migration to Santiago, the capital, and the depression of the other regions. Now, with this new charter, every region will be autonomous within a framework, a unitary framework. So therefore, they can develop, and there's a lot of open doors for our human capital and development, I would say.
In terms of inequality, Chile doesn't come out too well when compared to other OECD countries, according to the OECD itself. And I was just telling our producer, he doesn't like me mentioning his name, so I will. I was telling Andrew, when I lived in Santiago in the early 1990s, the height differential between people who lived in the most affluent neighborhoods compared to the poorest neighborhoods was a staggering 6 inches differential in height, obviously because of nutrition. How much of the new constitution will address the economic imbalances, but also address political plurality? Is it both, or is it more one than the other?
So what you point out is crucial. Today, a woman that is born in the periphery lives 17 years less than an affluent woman, okay, in the same city. So this is just the gap is incredible. So this is the problem of having rights that are not fulfilled, okay? So I think one of the crucial aspects here is that the state not only needs to protect rights in the sense of not violate rights, but actually provide the services and guarantee those rights. So today we don't have social rights in the Constitution, and now in this new charter we will have. Of course, we have a huge problem in terms of what do we do first, because there's no money for everything, right? So you need, when you have gaps in education, healthcare, all pensions, right, water, all the basic things, then you as a state, if you need to guarantee all those rights, all of a sudden is going to be put a strain in the new government and in the speed of making laws and provisions to do this. So this is something to take into account. And in terms of plurality, not much has changed in terms of the electoral system. So kind of the same proportional representation, but not a very good system for Chile that was preserved. And but however, what is really a change, I think, in this new constitution is the power that is given directly to the people. So there were 3 mechanisms of a direct democracy for the people to call a plebiscite on things that are not being discussed in Congress. That is actually the case right now in terms of the right-wing parties making a blockade and stalling reform. So now the people taking 5% or 10% of the total electorate could gather signatures and call for a plebiscite, a referendum for certain things, either to repeal laws that are corrupt, the old ones and the new ones, and to reform the constitution in things that were not achieved or in things that need to be, removed. There is the empowering of the popular sectors from the ground up. And in the regional level, the constitution mandates that the people have popular initiatives at the local and regional level. This is going to happen. I don't know how fast it will happen, but power will be devolved to the people themselves in organizations and from the ground up, trying to change the things that need to be changed. So I think in terms of electoral plurality, nothing has really changed. But in terms of the checks and balances from the people against oligarchy, that is a much better charter and opens doors for people empowerment.
Camila, thank you so much indeed. And by the way, Andrew says he really enjoyed your analysis. Thanks so much. Camila Vergara.